Some real estate developers are going to prison for a long, long time. Here's why. JLL Realty Developers of Massachusetts was owned by Lou and Jeanette. They were brother and sister-in-law. They employed Jeanette's sister, Christine, to be the financial manager of the company, so this whole thing was kind of a family affair. I should also clarify that there are other unrelated real estate companies across America also called JLL, but this case is just about the Massachusetts one. JLL developed and owned apartment buildings and office buildings and enjoyed the rent on these buildings as income. The company decided to monetize their real estate holdings by getting bank loans against their buildings. When a landlord wants a loan, the bank needs to see a financial schedule of tenants and how much they're paying in rent. The spreadsheet is called a rent roll. Banks verify the authenticity of the rent roll by getting copies of the lease agreements signed by the tenants. These documents give the bank a sense of comfort that the landlord will have the money to pay back the loans. Now, JLL knew they had a problem. They had lots of vacancies in their buildings, but they still wanted the cash from the bank. So what did they do? They had Christine, the CPA of the family, create fake rent rolls and fake lease agreements to create the illusion that the buildings were filled with paying tenants. Relying on these false documents, the banks funded $60 million in loans to JLL that eventually defaulted. The banks foreclosed upon the properties to discover that the tenants on the rent rolls and lease agreements were completely fictitious. After the banks unloaded the properties, their net loss stands at $19 million. When you rip off a bank, it sparks an FBI investigation, and the FBI Boston office went to work putting the case together, charging Lou, Jeanette, and Christine with bank fraud. One by one, they've been pleading guilty, and I think they're probably looking at 10 to 15 years in prison each. But let me know in the comments what you think an appropriate punishment would be for this trio, and then have a great day, and be cool.